It's time for everybody's favourite game of What's in the Box. Hey everybody, I am of course the Invertebrarian. Thank you for coming back to the channel if you've been here before. If not, please of course do consider subscribing to the channel. And of course don't forget to use the bell notification to be notified of new videos and when they've been released. I'd just like to say a huge super quick thank you of course to my Patreons. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon, of course the link is down in the blurb below. Let's crack on with what is inside the box. This is from our very good friend Steve over at Tarantula-tastic Enclosures, and also owner of the Exotic Pet Enclosure Design Group on Facebook, whereby the Halloween competition is taking place at the moment. He's been messaging me all morning to get me to get in about this box so I can let him know all is okay. Unfortunately, things have been a bit busy around the house, so let's get in about the box and so I can go and let Steve know everything's okay. But you're watching this, so it will be okay. Anyway, let's just do it. Okie dokie, we have the Tarantula-tastic Enclosure sticker. That can go with the collection. We have heat pack, nice and roasty toasty warm heat pack, and of course this is what we are here for. We are here for this package here, which we have called Stephanie. So I now have a Stephanie in my collection, but let's check that Stephanie is all funky dory. I do actually own a Steve in my collection. It's an unsexed spider called Steve, but this is a female spider, and this is Stephanie. So without further ado, let's just check that Stephanie is fine and dandy. And yes, I'm pretty sure you can probably guess what kind of spider Stephanie is. Go on, take your guesses. But Stephanie is looking mighty beautiful. Yes, of course, Stephanie is a Chromatopelma cynopubescens, which in layman's terms is also known as the green bottle blue or the GBB. This is a very beautiful tarantula and a very heavy webbing species of tarantula. Cannot wait to see this one web up, because as you know, I love my webbers. Just now, the way the light is hitting this, you can see the blueness of the legs, certainly understanding where they get their sort of common name from. And now of course we have to get a setup created for Stephanie. Obviously with this coming from Steve, I want to do something he's going to be impressed with or proud of or whatever. I've had a gajillion ideas in my head, none of which have come to much fruition, but I'm away to try and put something together which should hopefully give Stephanie an interesting home for me to look at and lots of places for her to web and just go crazy. The enclosure is finally finished. Hours after I started. I'm itching, to say the least. So we have tried to cover everything possible. So we have tried to make it themed to fit in with the Exotic Pet Enclosure Design Group. We've tried to cover Arachnotube will always speak about the three basics. So you have a hide under there, water, and substrate. This is not a burrowing species by any means, so I wasn't too worried about creating a deep layer of substrate. As I say, this is a themed build. Yeah, it's a themed build. It has all the basics. It sits at eye level, so I wanted something that was quite unique compared to most of my setups, which are, you know, quite hefty tubs of dirt. So let's go have a look at what we've done this time to create something totally different and unique, but hopefully still awesome. I've been watching quite a lot of diorama types of things, and I wanted to create a kind of diorama-esque kind of build that was also functional as a enclosure. So we have our hide underneath this sort of sacrifice platform, goes right down under here. Some of this is plastic, some of it is real stones. These parts, some of the sticky up punji stick kind of things, are part decorative, some of them are real, but I want to carry the theme across into the tank. This will also act as anchor points for webbing. Up here we have a medieval Spawn figure. I didn't want to do Alien versus Predator. Everybody does Alien versus Predator, so I have done Alien versus medieval Spawn. Spawn is well known for his chains, so we have used these chains to create a sort of sense of a story, if you will. I need to get sand off his cape there. So here we have the face hugger, which is hatched out, coming to attack Spawn. So he's using his chain in defense, which Spawn does, and he's using his chain to attack the xenomorph. He's thrown a spear, but he missed. So here we have a diorama styled enclosure for Stephanie. I'm really pleased with it. The hide is under where the body is. It's got hopefully everything the spider's going to need, and it fulfilled my desire to create a diorama kind of scene as well as be themed. I want to create, like as I mentioned earlier in the video, there was other things I want to do. I want to use expanding foam, create like an alien hive and have Alien versus Predator, and then I thought I could do like a kind of more forestry type scene of Alien versus Predator. And then when I was speaking to Steve, I was saying I had this really nice medieval Spawn figure that I would quite like to do a themed build with. And in the end I thought, why not Spawn versus Alien? Something totally different and totally unique, but I think works really well, and I'm really happy with. I would like to have had in the back glass panel. Originally I was wanting to get a piece of cloth the same colour as the cape and carry it around as though the cape had expanded. But you know, these are things that I just had to work with what I had, and yeah, overall I'm quite happy with the finished product. You know, so in terms of in the display piece, it's right here. It's sort of shoulder height with me, which means it's the top of the stack. It's the thing you're going to see the most when you kind of come in. Hopefully, it's a really awesome display piece that will make people kind of go, you know, that's really cool. So the last thing for us to do is to get Stephanie into her new home, and we're going to try and get her under the hide so she feels relatively sort of safe and secure and nice and comfortable without feeling too stressed out. And then from there she can come out, she can explore, start to web up and kind of build up the web across this base layer using these anchor points which kind of replicate the sticks of the little display piece there that originally Spawn was stood on. So I've tried to, as I say, carry that out through the theme. As I say, some of this is real rock, some of this isn't. Hopefully you can't tell too much which is which. And yeah, let's get her into her enclosure. We want to try and get her down into there. These are absolutely beautiful. I can understand why Steve loves these spiders so much. They are absolutely beautiful. I don't want to pull her out too much. I don't want her to suddenly take a bolt, and the camera just does not pick up the colours enough. I've had to put the light on the camera because it's quite late in the evening now. It's taken me that long to create this and to get everything in place, to give it time to settle and all this kind of stuff. So as I say, what we're going to try and do is pop that down into there and get Stephanie to head on underneath the platform, which is exactly where she's headed to. That is perfect in every sense. So let me know, what do you think? Spawn v Alien, who would win? Medieval Spawn versus Alien, who would win? Let us know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of this build. You yeah, I'm really impressed with it. Obviously, if it turns out that it's not very practical for the spider, here she comes. If it turns out it's not very practical for her, then it will just be dismantled. But hopefully, as I say, it's going to create an awesome display piece, and it will look really cool once it's webbed up, as well as acting as a sort of, as I say, diorama storytelling display piece. Oh, and she's trying to escape. You know what I learned today? They're fast little tarantulas, aren't they? Jeez, oh. Anyway, we will leave her to settle into that enclosure. Do let me know what you think in the comments down below. I've tried to make sure that all the fundaments are covered. It's a display piece that is unique in its own way. What more can I say? I wanted to create something that would hopefully make Steve proud of me. Cover the diorama aspect that I want to create, as well as be a functional home for the spider. But anyway, Steve, thank you. Your generosity knows absolutely no bounds. You're an amazing, incredible person. I absolutely love you, mate. I love your work. I love what you do. All the support and kindness. You're incredible, and I cannot actually genuinely thank you enough. Obviously, I will keep you posted how she's getting on, and everybody else how she's getting on. Hopefully get some nice footage once that's all webbed up. And yeah, that is it for me. In the meantime, be good, be kind, take care of yourselves, especially in these very trying times. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe, please. And yeah, we will see you in the next video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and goodbye.